I did this earlier today, so I'm gonna be lazy and use this, and I'm gonna read, so you have to quiet. Like you said, I'm from Burnside. Anybody know anything about hip hop?
Yup. Right.
Cedar Park.
Right. Yup.
Cedric Avenue.
Yup.
Birthplace of hip hop. It's a pleasure to be here. And I was in the military. I'm gonna tell my Bronx story though. I'm not gonna talk about Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. I'm back in Brooklyn, but I'm gonna keep it Bronx. All right. So I wrote some stuff down and bear with me. I wrote this out, so it was like, thank the organizers, thank the people, and I hadn't met too many of them. I met them today, and it's been a pleasure meeting everyone. So I'll begin with a brief poem, all right, and then I'll tell my Bronx story, and then I'll conclude with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, so here we go.
Right.
I was born and raised with love, yet I come from a place of darkness and despair, where gunshots up the block won't cause alarm, happen so often, we don't even care. Next hour you hear who's dead, who's next. If you know who is stressed, you might be next. Learn young how to shoot a gun, when to pull it out, when to run. At first it was fun, then it was scary, but it was fun. Gunplay from Monday to Sunday. Bronx was personified poverty. Abandoned buildings inhabited by addicts, homelessness. Cedar Park, birthplace of hip hop. The crackheads slept on the benches. We couldn't even play basketball. And that was then. And now I begin with my Bronx story. I came to the Bronx when I was around 10 years old. I moved here from Brooklyn. My grandparents, they raised me with love, and they died young. My grandmother was 52 when she passed, and my grandfather was 54. And the crack epidemic took my mom's. Like, she was nowhere to be found. She was unable to do anything for me on my own. So to say life was hard, life was sad, life was bad would be wrong, because all through all of that, life was still good. So I came to the Bronx with my brother. We went through group homes, foster homes, group homes. We did this cycle. And the Bronx ended up being a scary place, but it was fun for me, because as a 10, 11-year-old, we were running the streets, we played ball, we had fun. The Bronx was, it was fun for me. Even though for other people around me, I saw a lot of death, I saw a lot of violence, I saw a lot of crazy stuff. But as a young black male, it was gonna get a whole lot more dangerous the older I got. So, when I went into a home with foster parents, me and my brother had been separated. So the only family that I knew I was separated from, so it got real scary. I was about 11, maybe 12. And the Bronx showed me how to be a man, showed me how to love. It showed me how I wasn't by myself. And that was the Bronx. That was the people in the Bronx. The Bronx is the people. The Bronx is the places. And I got that, and it changed my life. It took me from being afraid of being a child in a strange place to being confident and feeling good. So there's two sides of the Bronx. It's a good side, there's a bad side. There's side that's, friendly, all smiles and, roses, and going to the park and going to the pool and, having fun. And that was good for me. But I also learned about another side. And that was a side that was dangerous when I was profiled by police. And with that, I found out about police brutality and civil injustices because of the color of my skin. And this is young. I've been in a position of complete defeat when I had a police officer place a gun in my head. As a 12-year-old running to the store in pajamas, so I fit the description as a kid. And that was the first time I had ever been told by an officer, the floor, I fit the description. That's why what happened. And I actually wrote I fit the profile. So for the next 2 decades, I had an issue with authority figures. I joined the Navy, I had issues with authority figures. I ain't even going to go into it. I worked as a civilian in Prospect. I worked in Queens on the grounds of the Treatment Mental Facility. I could have been a patient. I didn't want to talk about that. And I was locked up. After I came out the Navy, I had certain skills and abilities that allowed me to pursue things that was not legal, and I did so. And I learned from my mistakes. But every experience that I had, I needed. And there was always a Bronx effect to wherever I was. And that's at any moment, your world can change if you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, be aware. I include, for my Bronx effects, a dress code. Like you see this, you got a top, got a little flowers on it. I'm in the Bronx. A young man from my neighborhood was murdered a week ago. Another friend, a close childhood friend, who taught me about loyalty, was arrested just last week for a murder that happened on Tremont Island when a young child was killed on Easter. I made him remember that. He's been charged with that murder. So the flower is full. It's difficult. And this is something that a person might ask me, do I miss the Bronx? And I get stories about my own neighborhood, a lot of death. A lot of people still getting locked up. And I don't really miss it. Because when I hear about it, when I come back and I see it, it's like, is anything changing? But when I hear that it is changing, it is prospering. And I see some other individuals who are actually growing and they're prospering from young kids, and they're not dealing with the same element that grabbed me, grabbed my younger brothers, grabbed a lot of my friends and family. So I just went on a little tangent. As a result of the Bronx effects that the change of dress code, I no longer have involvement with the world. I don't worry about getting out there. I don't fit the description. Today I don't fit the description. Another thing that happened is I wanted to make a difference in a positive way, and not retaliate with violence. Childhood. For me, it was lost. I grew up. I found love. We had a child. My love was taken from her. She was murdered on the 3rd. And I lost my child also. Now, back to square one. See, the thing about the Bronx, because the Bronx is, like it was said in the beginning, the Bronx is resilient. So things that may stop an individual can if that individual allows it to. Fortunately, that wasn't my case. I didn't allow it to stop. And they have slowed me up. Now, this is important. No matter how much I've lost, no matter if I've suffered in the past, there will be no improvement if I allow my past to dictate my future. So, for my story, my past was just that. I've learned to get past that. I search for justice for all. Never believe being dealt a hand that seems unfair is a bad thing. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go to Martin Luther King's quote. There comes a time when a man must take a position that is neither safe nor politic, nor popular. And he must do it because conscience tells him it is right. And that is where I stand today. I hope you continue to stand so that we can speed up the day when justice will roll down like waters all over the world and righteousness like a mighty stream. Thank you, and God bless.